When your cat head butts you, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it feels affectionate, maybe even funny. That little push against your hand, your face, your leg. Most people think it's just a cute habit, but behind that simple action, there's something deeper that most owners miss. It's one of the most emotionally intimate things your cat can do. And if you ignore it, which most owners do, you could completely misunderstand the way your cat sees you. Because your cat isn't just being friendly in that moment. They're doing something wild cats only do with those they trust completely. Let's start with what that gentle little head bump really means. Have you ever noticed your cat walking up to you completely calmly, then suddenly pressing their forehead against your hand or cheek? Most people assume it's just their cat asking for attention. But here's what's actually happening. Your cat is identifying you as emotionally safe. Researchers who study feline behavior call this bunting. It's a social marking behavior cats reserve for trusted individuals. And unlike random rubbing against furniture, headbutting has emotional meaning attached to it. Your cat is saying, "You belong in my inner circle." Think about that for a second. Cats are naturally cautious animals. Every interaction they have is filtered through safety and risk. They don't casually press vulnerable parts of their body against something they don't trust. And by the way, if your cat ever closes their eyes right after headbutting you, don't brush it off. We'll get to what that really means later, and it's something most owners wish they understood sooner. Here's where most people get it wrong. They see the behavior as small, but to your cat, it isn't small at all. It's personal. Now here's where it gets even more powerful. A 2021 animal cognition study from the University of Lincoln found that cats form attachment styles with humans similar to the way infants bond with caregivers. Not identical, but emotionally comparable. And one of the clearest signs of that attachment was voluntary physical contact initiated by the cat. That matters because cats are control-oriented animals. Unlike dogs, they usually decide when interaction begins and ends. So when your cat walks toward you and presses their forehead into your body, that interaction is entirely their choice. Here's what's actually happening. Your presence lowers their stress response. Behavioral scientists have observed that trusted human contact can reduce vigilance behaviors in cats. In simple terms, your cat feels less on guard around you. And emotionally, that changes everything. Because your cat isn't approaching you out of obligation. They're approaching you because their nervous system feels safer near you. Think about that for a second. In the wild, survival depends on caution. A relaxed cat is a vulnerable cat. So when your cat willingly softens around you enough to initiate head contact, they're temporarily setting survival instincts aside. That's not random affection. That's trust with biological consequences. This is the part most owners never realize. Your cat's forehead contains scent glands that release pheromones invisible to you, but deeply meaningful to them. So when your cat head butts you, they're leaving part of their scent on you. Here's what's actually happening. Your cat is blending your smell with theirs. And in feline psychology, shared scent means shared belonging. Studies on domestic cats reveal that cats create group scents with individuals they trust. You'll see this between bonded cats who rub faces together, sleep touching each other, or groom one another. Your cat is including you in that same system, not as property, as family. Think about how significant that is. Your cat does not experience relationships the way humans do. They don't understand birthdays, promises, or spoken reassurance. They understand familiarity, safety, scent, and every time they press their forehead against you, they're reinforcing that emotional map in their brain. You are one of mine. What makes this even more meaningful is that scent is one of the strongest emotional anchors cats have. Long after visual details fade, scent remains connected to memory and comfort. So when your cat marks you, they aren't just interacting with you in the moment. They are trying to preserve your connection. Now, before we keep going, if you're learning something new about your cat, hit like and subscribe. That's how we get these videos to more cat owners who want to love their cats the right way. Here's where it gets ancient. Long before cats lived in homes, their wild ancestors relied on scent sharing to survive social living. Behavioral researchers have observed that colony cats who trust each other will rub faces and foreheads together to create a shared group identity. It reduces conflict and strengthens cooperation. In other words, this behavior originally existed to define safe relationships, and domestic cats adapted that instinct for humans. That's why headbutting feels so emotionally deliberate, because in a way it is. Your cat is using a behavior rooted in thousands of years of survival instinct and redirecting it toward you. Think about that for a second. A creature designed by evolution to stay alert, independent, and suspicious chooses to walk directly into your space and touch you with complete calmness. That's not something evolution gives away easily. And here's something even deeper. Kittens also use facial contact with their mothers during early development. Warmth, scent, and touch become associated with safety from the very beginning of life. So when your adult cat headbutts you now, part of that emotional wiring may still be active. Your cat isn't treating you like another cat, but they are placing you in the same emotional category as someone safe enough to rely on. Have you ever noticed your cat ignoring most people, but immediately headbutting you when you walk into the room? That's not your imagination. Here's what most people don't realize. Cats are highly selective social animals. A 2019 study published in Behavioral Processes found that cats distinguish between familiar and unfamiliar humans not just visually, but emotionally through routine, voice, and scent association. Which means your cat isn't headbutting randomly. They're choosing. And what makes this behavior even more meaningful is that some cats never do it with strangers at all. Not guests, not visitors, sometimes not even other members of the household. But they do it with you. Why? Because somewhere in your cat's emotional world, you became predictable, safe, part of home itself. Think about that for a second. To a cat, trust is not automatic. It's earned slowly through repetition and emotional consistency. The way you walk, the way you speak, the sound of your footsteps, the routines you create together. Your cat memorizes all of it. And eventually, if enough safety builds over time, they start marking you as part of their secure territory. Not because they own you, because losing you would matter to them. Remember earlier when I said some cats close their eyes right after headbutting you? This is what I was talking about. When your cat presses their forehead against you and then softens their eyes or slowly closes them, they're displaying vulnerability at the exact moment they make contact. Here's what's actually happening. Your cat is lowering their defenses while physically connecting with you. Animal cognition research shows that relaxed eye behavior in cats is strongly associated with perceived safety and positive social bonding. In emotional terms, your cat feels safe enough to stop monitoring danger for a moment. That's huge, because cats survive by staying alert, watching, scanning, evaluating. But during these quiet moments with you, they temporarily let that guard down. And this is what most owners never realize. Your cat isn't just showing affection. They're trusting you with their vulnerability. That gentle push against your face before they curl up beside you. That forehead pressed into your hand after a stressful day. That tiny moment where they lean their full weight into you. Those are emotional decisions. Your cat is choosing connection over caution. And for an animal built around survival instinct, that choice means everything. And this is the part you should never ignore. If your cat regularly headbutts you and suddenly stops, especially alongside hiding, withdrawal, or changes in appetite, it can signal stress, discomfort, or illness. Because here's what most people don't realize. Cats often reduce social marking behaviors when they don't feel physically or emotionally secure. A cat in pain may isolate. A stressed cat may stop initiating contact. An anxious cat may avoid vulnerability altogether. That's why sudden behavioral changes matter so much. So if your affectionate cat suddenly becomes distant, don't punish it. Don't assume they're being cold. Pay attention. Sometimes the absence of affection says more than the affection itself. And responding early can protect both your bond and your cat's health. So when your cat headbutts you, do you actually know what they're trying to say? They're not just being affectionate. They're marking you with trust, blending you into their emotional world, treating you as someone safe enough to belong beside them. That's not a random habit. That's your cat lowering their defenses and choosing connection anyway. And that little forehead press, it was never small to them. And it shouldn't be small to you either.